Greetings and welcome back to MAGI. MAGI stands for Multi-Agent Generated Indicators. It's our machine learning trained on US equities and now international equities and stocks. You will see that data in a separate video, but we're covering Japan, Germany, Australia, and many others. So please take a look at those videos. Right now, we're going to dive into the US equities, and it's a kind of an interesting day because there was an attempted assassination on former President Trump, and you never know what that's going to do to the markets tomorrow morning. We will see, but from what MAGI looks like, it looks to be a fairly bullish week ahead. Now remember, this is our experiment. It is not financial advice. These are not signals that you should just willy-nilly trade. Do so at your own risk. Make sure that you realize that what you do with the data is up to you. We are not financial advisors, and this is not financial advice. With that, let's dive on in. As you saw from our title cover of the video, 83% overall accuracy with just a hair under 80% on the call side and about 87% here on the short side. We're going to scroll up. I just wanted to highlight something really quickly. To date, over 3,000 call signals have been generated, and 2,500 of those reached their target, with 609 expiring. What does expiring mean? It means they didn't reach the range of price action within 20 days. These signals are good for 20 days, mainly because we want to make sure that if people are interested in tracking this over time, then they can do that too. Time is an essential component of trading, especially in options. So if these don't make their respective moves in that 20 days, we do not count them as accurate, even though many of these on the 21st, 23rd, etc. day will reach their targets. And of course, if you're just trading the underlying, then this may actually be to your benefit. But in any case, I don't want to give you any sort of trading advice here because that's not what we're here for. We're just looking at the data and seeing how accurate these price movements are or were. If you look at the shorts, the puts here in this section, you'll see that we generated 1,664 of these, 1,392 of which reached their targets within that 20-day period, and 191 expired, maybe reaching their targets after that period. But let's take a look now at the new symbols. Calls by triggered are the upward movement signals. These are the longs. Wow, lots and lots of them. I mean, I have to scroll down here to get them all in the frame for you. Let's take a look at some of the more interesting ones. Align looks like 3% move. Amazon, 3% move. BMY, 3% move. 3.5% move for CF Industries. Looks like CSGP is 3.5% move. And we have a really big move down here on MPWR, and that's a 4%er. And if I scroll down, you're going to see even a bigger move here at 5% upward predicted move for none other than everyone's favorite, NVIDIA. And we've got 3% on PWR. So that's pretty interesting. And if we just scroll down quickly, you can see that we have a handful that are still active from previous weeks. Again, they're within that 20 days. Now let's look at puts by triggered. Puts by triggered are the downward short signals. 3.5% for AIG. Looks like EOG is a 4.5%er, and we have MPC here with what's predicted to be a 6% move downward. Again, we have a number of signals here, and I kind of doubt that most of these are going to go. I have a lot more confidence in the calls because, of course, there are so many more calls that suggest that there's going to be a fairly bullish week next week, and that's why I would say I'm more confident about those call signals. There's also an ebb and flow to some of these signals, it seems like. It used to be 84, 85% on the call side were accurate, and now that's dipped below 80%. Also, we saw really high 94, 95% on the puts and the shorts, and so maybe the market is doing something that is a little bit more conducive to MAGI seeing price movements, and we should see that come up or climb up, especially on the call side. So this is interesting. We'll see whether these shorts play out. And again, it could be we have a quick move down because of the scare of the presidential situation. So this really does it for the new signals and for the performance on the US equities. Please stay tuned for other videos that show Japan and Australia markets as well as European markets. We will see you in the next video, and thanks so much for tuning in and sharing and commenting.